Kirsty from DD. Today we've got the week ahead cards for the week beginning the 19th of August 2019. Take a moment to choose either pile 1, 2 or 3 and I'll read it for you in just a minute. Right, let's go with pile 1. We've got the Spirit of Destruction, the 8 of Chalices, the Elemental of Chalices, and the Magician. So for the beginning of the week, we've got you're coming out of a situation. It feels like jobs being done, being completed. So things that you've been trying to get done for the last few weeks or few months for some of you are finally being completed. Problems that you've had to solve are finally getting solved. You're almost ready to move on. The Elemental of Chalices is telling you that by the end of the week you'll be there. You'll be good to go. Things will be... It's definitely a massive new shift for you and one that's really exciting. The Magician card is asking that you keep in mind what your end goal is. It's hard to kind of see a way through problems when they seem to be one after the other, after the other, after the other, and then you're trying to focus on like one thing in particular, but there's loads of other things to worry about in the meantime. Try not to lose focus. Remember what it is you're working towards and try and keep a happy-go-lucky attitude with it all. The cup's like always half full rather than half empty, and you'll be fine. Things are going to start turning around. The Spirit of Destruction is there to tell you that for a lot of you, you're going to have to start knocking down a lot of walls, banging a lot of heads together, screaming and shouting a little bit to get what you want. Quite often when destruction's over, amidst the chaos, when you clean it all up, then you find things that you didn't even realise were there. So for a lot of you, it's time to start banging doors down and start making sure that what you want and what you see and what you believe is going to happen will actually materialise. But like I said, by the end of the week, things will be good. Just stay focused on what it is you're doing. Group 2. We have the Spirit of Nurture, the Death and the Moon cards, and the Knight of Chalices. So for those with Group 2, it's pretty similar to Group 1, to be fair. The beginning of the week, you need to start letting go of habits, people that don't suit you or serve a purpose in your life. If you've been looking to lose weight, pull your finger out and get on with it. You need to start changing things up a bit. Stop finding excuses and hiding behind them. Stop trying to create reasons why you can't do something. There's absolutely nothing holding you back. For a lot of people with this card, it feels like there's a release as well. So a release of sadness, a release of anxiety. I feel like a lot of you is going to be a release of depression as well, and feelings that are internal that have been holding you back. You need to set them free, holding on to past relationships or past hurt. The beginning of the week, you definitely need to start letting go and move away from all the things that just aren't working for you anymore. Towards the end of the week, you've got the Moon. This is telling you that you can basically make anything that you want happen from here on in. As soon as you've let go of everything in this card, then you can start figuring out what you want going forward and how you're going to do it. And the card's there to tell you that you're being supported. Now is the time to start moving on. The Knight of Chalices is kind of affirming these two cards. It's saying, right, that's it, I'm done, I'm moving on. I've had enough of these battles, it's over. So it's definitely time to just chuck in the towel. It doesn't matter if things are unresolved, because if you haven't got answers yet, you're not gonna. Just chuck it in and move on. You'll be fine. The Spirit of Nurture. This card for you guys, I'm feeling like it's, again with the release theme, it's like you're sort of setting yourself free. In order to do that though, you need to nurture yourself. You need to be more aware of who you are and what you want out of life and what you're doing. It kind of feels like you've been caged in, but you're ready to be released, like you're breaking the door down. So yeah, sort of spend a bit of time this week in self-reflection. There's also a message for some of you as well to spend a bit more time with your children and sort of appreciate those a bit more, because they bring far more to your life than what you realise. The day-to-day, hearing mum 450,000 times, especially in the school holidays, is hard work. But when they're not there, or when they're grown up and they've moved on, then you'll appreciate just how much you actually did need them and you did want them around, and how much you do miss them. So try and make the most of that now. Group 3. We have the Shaman of Sorrows, the 3 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant, or Hierophant, I'm not sure how you say it. Right, the 3 of Wands for those in group 3. You spent a lot of time getting your head down, a lot of time trying to take the higher ground, a lot of time scribbling away at things and thinking, oh my god, I'm not actually getting anywhere, what is the point? It feels like there's a bit of a drudgery vibe going on here. That you're stuck in the same cycle, doing the same thing, not really getting anywhere. That's going to change though. At the end of the week, the 10 of Wands comes in, and that's where you start seeing what it is you've worked for. You start getting results, and this is very work-based for a lot of you. And learning-based. There's been a few mistakes along the way for quite a lot of you, and I think there's still an element of not really sure exactly what it is you want, but you're kind of not going with the flow intentionally, but being dragged along with it. Like I said, by the end of the week, things are going to start becoming clearer. You're going to start getting results. You're going to start realising, actually, this is what it is I want to do, and this is where I've been working towards. Everything that's happened up until now has been there for a reason. The Hierophant is saying the same thing. It's asking you to seek out wisdom. It's asking you to find someone who knows, who has an inner deeper knowledge or an inner deeper wisdom. So look for a mentor or someone who can guide you at work, or for some of you it's new lessons, new college courses, could even be a new job. But find someone who can help guide you through this, because it's not going to be as easy as you'd hope, but with their help you'll be fine, absolutely fine, and you will start seeing results really quickly. I think for some of you this is actually a new job starting as well, so you've worked hard to get to the stage where you're taking on a new job, but it's gonna be okay, but you need to find someone who will support you with that. The Shaman of Sorrows is here to tell you that saying goodbye to some things can be a good thing, and it's not a permanent solution either, it's just for now. So you're not saying goodbye completely, you're just re-altering life, or the way you've been living your life. There's also a bit of I get the feeling that for some of you, there's people close to you who are kind of hiding behind something or hiding inside something, and your focus is, you're trying to stay focused on what it is you're doing, but you're kind of being drawn to them a little bit as well, and wanting to help them and feeling like you've got a responsibility to. And I think the problem for these people is that the person you want to help can't be helped until they ask you, and that could be a very, very long wait. So the card's advice for that would be just take a step back, let them know that you're there when they're ready, but for the time being it's not your responsibility. You have to move away, as hard as that might be and as against your nature as that might be. Right guys, that's it for this week. Hope you all have a good week. See you next time.